Peace. This is Flo Rogan, and this is the Art of Rhyming, episode 36. Just because you rhyme doesn't make you an artist. You know how we do. Today we got an artist jumping on the live, Jamil Honesty. Definitely got honesty in his most recent projects, which is always refreshing to hear. And currently resides in Baltimore, if I'm not mistaken. We're gonna get right into it. I think he's on the live right now. There we go. This is hip hop. Thank you. You got Dead Harbor, Baltimore. Thank you for joining.
Yo,
Peace.
peace.
Jamel, thank you, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt. Sorry about the glitch.
Oh,
You know what I'm
no
saying?
worries, man. IG is crazy altogether, man. It's very unstable. So
Right.
it's just get it.
Right.
I'm used to it. But I want to get your name right if that's cool. It's Jamel, right? That's how you say it, right?
Well, that's how my mother pronounced it, but
Okay.
Jamil Honesty is cool.
Jamil's cool. Okay,
Yeah.
cool, man.
Yeah. Jamil is actually my middle name.
Is it?
So, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So how's your day, man? I always like to
Nah,
start
it's great,
with
man. You
that.
know, it's great. It's great, man. I'm in the land of the living, so you know what I mean. I'm blessed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every day above ground is a good one.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
J.R. Swift's in the building. Yeah.
Nice. Stats
Stat.
410.
Yeah.
410. Yeah, man.
They popping up. Daka.
Coach Kandaka.
Yeah.
I definitely want to shout her out and plug her and what she does. I definitely got a couple questions about that
Oh
as we
yeah,
get into it.
definitely,
If that's
man. You
cool,
know,
man.
yeah, Coach Kandaka is, that's man, she does a lot, man, for myself and a lot of artists, man.
Yeah.
And make sure y'all, reach out to her. You yourself, man, you need some work or whatever.
Yeah.
You need to get a step above what you're doing or a few steps above. And, give her a holler, man. She's definitely a very knowledgeable person, individual. You know what I'm saying? Very helpful.
Since since we're there, why don't we just get right into Coach Kandaka? I looked at her IG page and I see she works with RJ Payne,
Hmm.
Killer Priest, and yourself, right?
Right.
So and is she a digital strategist, I guess? And which album did you work on with her? I
The
thought I'd
God,
ask
the,
you.
the God's honest truth. I actually started working with her through the God's when I did the God's honest truth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So she helped a lot
dope,
with that.
dope.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I like to start with how I heard of you, and I see Coach the God entered
Peace, Coach.
the building, and actually he's definitely the one that put me onto you. So I want to shout him out for that. But also I've just seen your name all over the place. I came across Harbor Kids. I peeped that as well in passing. Yeah, man, and I'm happy that you reached out to me. It's always cool when people want to be on the show, and I want to do the interview from my end, so it was mutual. So yeah, I just want to thank you for reaching out as well, man.
Oh yeah,
That's
man.
dope.
Like, when I saw, I watched a couple of your interviews, man, and the questions you were asking, and just, the subject matter and how much you're into the culture is, it was very intriguing, man. So I'm like, yeah, I gotta get up there and talk to this guy. You know what I mean?
That's
Word.
dope, man.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
because
The
I
conversations that we had offline, was pretty dope. So yeah.
yeah appreciate that, man. And I mean, I've seen you've done a lot of interviews, right? You've interviewed with all the, I guess, major dudes doing the interviews online,
I
right?
ain't get on.
So
So I haven't done Sway yet, but yeah.
yeah.
Shout out to everybody.
We're building up, right? Building up.
Yeah, word.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
so yeah, I wanted to ask you, Jamil Honesty, man. It's quite a statement to put the word honesty on your MC name, right?
Right,
Especially in this day and
right,
time.
right.
Is that a name that you've always had as an MC, or like how did you land on Jamil Honesty?
Nah, so,
If you don't mind
so
me
I
asking.
started. I had a few names, man, but we'll start with the name that I transitioned uh, from to get to Jamil Honesty. I went by Maccabees.
Mm,
So and then I went by that because I was doing the production and all of that, and the MCing. But then I was like, all right, so around the time when like Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole and all of them was coming out, everybody using like their regular, their
Yeah,
real names and all of that. I thought
yeah.
that was kind of cool because it gave some a sense of vulnerability, you know what I'm
Truth.
saying,
Yeah.
and truth, truth to it. So I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna use my middle name, and honesty comes from uh my spiritual name, which is Yashar, that means honest or just.
Mm,
So um I said, yo, I'm gonna just put that together. Jamil Honesty, I'm the truth. So there you go.
right. Did you
There you
feel
go.
that you were speaking your truth when you took that name? Like you're
Yeah,
already
yeah.
on that path?
It's layers to it. Layers to it. It's there's a little bravado there. You know what I mean? As an MC, it's a blood sport. You gotta know and feel like you're the best. Terror
Yeah.
Van Fleet was good.
Salute terror.
You got yeah, you got to know that you got to know that you're the best. You know what I'm saying? At what you do. So there's that, and then there's also just kind of um, opening things up for me to just kind of speak my truth in my music.
Yeah,
Well,
and it definitely, you got one of your newer albums, The God's Honest Truth from last year. Went through that
right.
album a couple times.
Hmm.
You definitely live up to it. We'll get into it. I got one or two quotables I'll pull out later if that's cool with you.
Yeah, no doubt.
Um, so if I got it right, you're currently residing in Baltimore. Is that right?
Yes, yes. Baltimore City, to be exact. Yeah, yep, yep.
And
East side,
prior,
east side, East Baltimore to be exact. There you
yeah.
go.
Do you want to tell me a little bit about East Baltimore? I'm from Toronto, so you know, you want to school me on East Baltimore?
Um, it's a
What's
lot of
what's life
bullets,
like
a
in
lot
East
of
Baltimore?
bullets, a lot of death,
Right.
um, a lot of chicken boxes.
Mm,
You know what I mean? Baltimore is besides the violence, man, Baltimore is a it's a rough city, but it's a beautiful city.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, um, yeah. So it's beautifully rugged, man. I'm a transplant, but you know what I mean. I've been here for a while.
Yeah.
It's a rugged city, man. Like, same as your Detroits and your New York cities, and it's a rough city, but it's beautiful at the same time, man. That's all
Gotcha.
I can say. Yeah,
Got it.
the fried chicken, the half and halves, man. Jay Royale will tell you all about that.
Yeah. Is it worth visiting just for that?
Um, I wouldn't just come for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Oh, Ikiban. Yeah, yeah. Get you one of them Ikiban sandwiches. Nah, I mean, you got a lot of people like the Harbor and all that.
Yeah.
Hampton. There's some really, it's gentrified like a lot of cities are nowadays. You know what I'm saying? But you know, you come out here. I could show you around a couple places, man. You'll be all right.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
So if I understand correctly, though, your story started in Staten Island.
Yeah, that's
Is that where
where
where you were born,
yeah,
kind of, or?
I was born there. Yep, I was born there. I stayed there till about my early teens. Then I moved to Baltimore. But yeah, I was around. I was around in Staten Island, man. I saw a lot of things.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of things, man. Hip hop. I mean, I didn't see the beginning of it because I wasn't born at that time. Just kind of experiencing what people call the old New York. I know all about it, man.
Right. Right.
Yeah, so I saw it, I witnessed it, and what I kind of me and my buddies, we talk about this a lot, man. Like how there's a lot of people um in this genre that they kind of have their fingers on the pulse, if you will, or like controlling the situation, that really don't know what that's all about, but yet they controlling this, they controlling what's going
Right.
on. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they
Yeah.
ain't, they never had, they ain't even, they never seen the corner store. They never had a quart of water. They
Right.
never seen, because what I feel like real hip hop is, it is actually, it's not only old New York, but it's the ghetto.
Right. I agree.
You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
Yeah.
It's black culture, black and brown culture. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
it's like, um, it's cool. It's cool to see, that people take interest in it, but it's like, yo, it's time for the people that really know, you know what I mean? That really know what's going on to really take the helm.
Do you think that time is coming? Do you see a shift happening in your opinion? Or
Yeah, man. Yeah, because people are getting tired, man. People are getting tired, such as me myself. I'm speaking for myself,
yeah.
speak for everybody else, but I'm getting tired of that, man. You
Yeah.
know, I'm getting tired of me creating art, and I'm gonna just say it now. I'm the prize. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? I'm the prize. So it's like, yo, you know, it's time for me and others like myself to take the helm, man. And show these dudes how to really do it. These companies how it's supposed to be done.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm from Toronto, man. This is not where hip hop started, but it's I got into the music, the culture early, like at age 7. But I
Mm,
don't pretend that I own it, even though I run a platform. You know what I
right.
mean? I try to find the best way to respect it that I know how. You know what I'm saying? Also in
Yeah.
terms of the artists that I bring on, just based on the stuff that I grew up on. Um, yeah, and I definitely want to get into some of your albums
Mhm.
because like, which I
It's
think
not a
probably,
and let me don't get me wrong. It's not a race
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
We're not gonna.
yeah,
I'm not gonna make this a race thing, but it is what it is. You get what I'm saying?
absolutely,
Yeah, it
yeah,
is what it is. So it's like and I could be talking about a Caucasian artist, man, like where they don't have full control over their career or full control over their intellectual property. You know what I'm saying? And it goes for them too. You know what I'm saying? Like we
yeah.
just gotta we gotta take it back, man. We gotta take it back. That's all.
No, well, I as I consider myself a guest, but I would agree where the industry has took hip hop. Even I don't feel it's representative of
Right.
what
Right.
it should represent in many respects.
Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna talk about some of your
Yeah.
projects, which
Sure.
I think might touch on some of the subject matter that I think deserves more shine. I think you would think that as well, but
Yeah.
we'll get there, and
Yeah.
maybe we'll talk about why it doesn't. You know, if
Right. All right. Yeah, I'm here, man. We here.
if
Listen,
you're cool with
we here.
that,
We
man.
going. Nah, we going to do it, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's an honor being here, man. For real.
No,
I like
it's
you. Yeah.
my show's only as good as the artists that jump on and what they see in it. You know what I'm saying? So it's an honor to have you on my show. So there we go, man. So so yeah, just so I don't skip it, and I know this is like the basics because you probably talk about it in every interview, but having grown up on Staten Island, what impact did Wu Tang have on you, if you don't
Oh
mind me
man.
asking?
Rush. Huge, man. And I'm gonna tell you, like, people have their stories or whatever, but for me, it was because again, I told you I was there up until my early teens, so this is like, and not to really tell you my age, but I guess it's going to age me. This is like right before they came out is when I left. So
Right.
what happened was my cousin, shout out to Funky Jills, he had a you could look it up on YouTube. He had a song called Eye Level. He was on Stretch and Bobbito back in the
Dope.
day, and he was running around with them, and he came down to Baltimore with a VHS tape
Right.
and was like, "Yo, these dudes is about to blow up from the island or whatever."
Wow. Yeah.
I'm like, I'm looking at it. He showed me two videos. He had a video of a bunch of dudes rapping, and then there was another video with this young cat that was like around my age. I was like, oh snap. He's like, yeah, they about to blow up. They from Stapleton, Park Hill, blah 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 blah. So I'm like, all right. So this is like '92. Like maybe a year later,
Mm.
I'm looking at Rap City, and those two videos came on. The one video with the bunch of dudes was Protect Your Neck, and then the other one was On and On by Shaheem. So
Mm.
I'm in North Carolina. I'm looking at this. I just started putting pen to paper, rhyming and stuff like that. And when I saw that, I was like, yo, back then, cats didn't really talk about Staten Island at all. So it's like, for these dudes to come out, they blowing up. I'm like, damn, if they could do it, I could do it. So it's just been off to the races since then. I ain't never looked back.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. You know, it's interesting. I interviewed Jojo Pellegrino a while ago now,
Yeah,
and obviously he's tied to kind of the Wu-Tang story in a way,
exactly.
Staten Island,
Hmm.
Stapleton. So I did a lot of research
Right.
at that time and researching about RZA's apartment and stuff. Just wondering, is that like a legendary spot to this point? Like, is that a coveted apartment building in that area, or just
I
curious?
was, I mean, that I'm not sure of, but of course, you got the Wu-Tang district, right? So, I know his apartment or the house that he used to stay at is not too far from
Right,
there.
right,
Maybe
right,
like maybe not even a 5 minute drive away
right.
from the actual district. So, yeah. Um,
Cool.
Shout out to RZA though.
Interesting, interesting. So,
Yeah.
so, so, so I wanted to ask you with this question, since Wu Tang is synonymous with real hip hop, you know what I
Hmm.
mean, authentic hip hop
Hmm.
in its pure form.
Hmm.
Would you say Staten Island's youth might have a greater appreciation for like authentic hip hop or like old school hip hop, or like are kids today in Staten Island aware of Wu Tang like off the bat, or just wondering?
Um, so I'm a ven- I'm a venture to say yeah, you know what I mean? Because you gotta understand, like outside of the Wu, I mean, you might have had like the Force MDs, the UMCs, shout out to them, definitely legendary groups. But it was like when the Wu came on, it was when they came out, they just skyrocketed and kind of took over the game completely. You know what I mean?
Right.
For a few years, so it was like I would kind of say that they're kind of like the island's heroes in a way. So yeah, um, I would venture to say that even the young children know about the Wu. I don't
Dope.
know if they listen to them, but they definitely know.
Right, right, right. Got it.
But that with this resurgence of quote unquote real hip hop, I mean, you got a lot of youngins out here, and there's a few dudes from the island that are part of the younger generation that are kind of carrying on the torch. You know what I'm saying? Based off of what the clan did. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I know Coach works with Jock King, the Divine, and Javi Darko. They put out that album. That was one of my favorite
right.
albums last year. My mind was blown, man, when I heard
Oh
that, and
yeah, them
just the way
dudes ridiculous.
they're
Yeah,
the way they were paying homage to like the hip
right,
hop we grew up on in terms of the soundscape, but also bringing their own
right,
dimension to it in terms
right,
of lyricism
right.
and the shit they rapped about. So yeah, that was pretty dope to
Yeah,
see.
yeah, yeah. And I
Uh,
mean, these cats, I don't even think they even 25 yet.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
yeah,
even though they're not from the island, but I'm pretty sure if you got them, who else is out there?
yeah,
You know what I mean? So yeah, shout out to them.
yeah, man.
Maze was
So,
good.
Ma-
Coach Kadaka
Maze,
was going. Oh,
yeah,
yeah. We got a lot of
Co-
people in.
Coach working with some real talent. Maze is
Yeah.
my current favorite artist right now with his latest releases. But anyways, well,
Yeah.
we're getting off topic. So wanted to let you know I actually went to the NY State of Mind concert last year here in Toronto. It was the second one. So
Mm.
De La Soul opened the remaining members. Um, And then, but yeah, that concert was crazy, man. Toronto showed up, man. It was packed. It was at the Scotiabank Arena. Like people were going crazy, man. And it felt like Nas and Wu Tang were on top of the world, man. Like
Right,
back in their prime. That's the way that they're received. So it was just a really cool experience to see. I
right.
assume did they stop? I don't know if you know, but did they stop in Staten Island? Like, and like, how would Staten Island receive Wu Tang today? Do they take would they take him for granted, or would they like turn the
Nah,
venue
I
upside
mean,
down if they showed up?
nah, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like the same vibe that you got where you at. That's kind of where what you know the way it was in the States. I mean, actually, they sold. I heard they sold out arenas. I
Yeah,
mean, so that just goes to show you that and in comparison to the other side, maybe the young, not to diss the younger generation, but I heard that's not happening on their side. But when artists such as Nas and Wu Tang pop out, people are showing up.
yeah,
Madison Square Garden, over here. Well, they didn't. I don't think they came. No, they didn't come to Baltimore. They came to DC.
mm,
Sold out arenas, man. They're going to
dope.
they ain't going to no regular hub pub. You know what I mean? They
Yeah,
going
man.
to arenas and selling them out. So
Yeah,
that should tell you a lot.
it, it's
You know?
it's definitely a beautiful thing to
Yeah.
see, man. So.
Yeah.
In the DMs, you told me that you surround yourself with MCs that are better than you, if I got that right, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's cool to see someone that humble that could make a statement like that. But I thought I'd ask you, who do you have around you, so to speak, to keep you sharp?
Nah, I mean, yeah, I mean, like, your ill consciences, your cannons, um, you know, your squeegees, Bugsy, Nino, Supreme Cerebral, uh, Pure. These are MCs that challenge my pen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Um, uh, I hate naming names because I always forget.
All
Yeah,
good.
this
We can't
just
name
to
them
say the
all.
least. Just to say the least, huh?
We can't remember them all. We can't catch them all. So
Yeah, no doubt. But I'm a sponge, man. I like to, I like to to learn. I still want to remain a student, man. And I'm always writing. I may not record as much as I should, but I'm always writing. I'm always trying to stay sharp. You know what I'm saying? I don't ever want to kick my feet up and like I mastered it. You know what I mean? Because I already know that there's people out there um, that are better. So you know what I mean? So
it it, it it's interesting. Like on my platform, I would say most of the people that follow me are probably like hobbyist MCs. I'll say that respectfully,
mhm.
like part-time MCs or something like that. And when I say like when I point out artists that are really staying busy, dropping multiple projects a year and stuff like that,
Mhm.
some of the hobbyists get offended, like, oh, we shouldn't be pressured to drop that much or
Good. It's
like put
good.
out that many out. But
Good.
to me, I'm just like I don't know how you survive in this ecosystem without staying busy. I don't know how you feel about it, but
Um, yeah, you gotta stay busy. You gotta stay consistent. Um, and that doesn't necessarily mean um for me doesn't always necessarily mean putting out a song or an album every whatever. You know what I'm saying? But whenever you put it out,
yeah,
you know, gotta be dope, man.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, for sure.
you know, gotta be dope.
It,
Word.
is there anyone inspiring you music wise right now, like really inspiring you? Any artists out
Oh
there?
hell yeah. Um, my man Subs is 810 Vega. I told you.
Absolutely.
Um, yo, Vega. When I heard him, he made me go. He made me go right, man. I did a song called Frank Castle, man. I remember after listening to his shit, I'm like, yo, I need to go right.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
need to go right. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So yeah, I love I'm a fan. See, the thing is, I'm a fan first, bro.
Right.
I'm a fan first. Like, you know, me and Jay Royale talk about this shit a lot. Like, we fans of this shit. You know what I mean? So it's like we you grow up and you listening to your favorite, rapper or whatever, Nas and shit, and it's like, or Black Thought or whoever, Big L, and it's like, yo, damn, you studying, the lines, the cadence, all of that,
Yeah.
um, and it's no different. It's no different now when I hear somebody that stands out. It's like, ooh, you know what I mean? That's ill. Like, you know what I'm saying? When I heard Vega, I'm like, yo, this nigga's
Oh,
nasty.
speaking of
Oh
Vega,
yeah,
just,
Vega, yeah, yeah, yeah.
just
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this nigga's nasty. Like,
yeah.
like not it doesn't. It's a difference between admiration and emulation.
Right.
Like, I'm not trying to be him. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to, be him, but it certain people, certain things spark your inspiration and make you want to go create. Like Stevie Wonder talk about it. Like different the old artists talk about it, how they listen to, like Stevie listened to Donny Hathaway, and that kind of changed his whole perspective on how he did songs and how he was singing. You know what I
Right.
mean? At that point, and out of that, you got some of the illest albums, 4 albums that he created back then. Talking Book, but and the Visions, and the other two. You know what I mean? Just off of him, you know, um, hearing Donnie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so yeah, yeah.
So wanted to ask you, what does Jamil Honesty bring to the table that no one else brings to the table?
Jamel Honesty.
There we go.
Simple. You
Good
know what I
answer.
mean? Like, I'm not trying to be nobody else.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be, I'm not trying to be nobody else. I just want to be me. That's the key, y'all, children. How you
Absolutely.
be unique is just be about being yourself. That's it.
Dope, man.
Be yourself.
And
Yeah.
Vega's like, man, listen, Jamil's in my top 5 writers this scene. Easily, thank you, brothers. Pen has got level. Yeah. I was talking to
Says,
Vega in the DMC. I think he considers you kind of like a mentor too, which is dope, man.
yeah, man,
So
that's my
a
man.
lot
Yeah,
of respect.
no doubt, no
That's
doubt.
dope. So getting into your catalog a bit, if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it's interesting that I went through your catalog and I came back to you and I said that I thought the God's Honest Truth
Mm-hmm.
and Rufus Buck
Mm-hmm.
project were my two favorites, and they were your two favorites of yours as well, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So
Yep. Yep.
so that tells you I really listen to the
Yeah.
music, right? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
so,
Dope. 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 Dope.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
So I'll start with "Give Us Your Daily Bread," produced by Machacha. That's
Mm-hmm.
2023. So I enjoyed that album, and if I'm not
I
mistaken, that
got the
was your first.
sweatshirt on too, yo. I got those for sale. You know what
Nice,
I mean?
dope.
Yeah.
Where can they get them? Through
Jamil Honesty at bandcamp.com. Go to my Bandcamp page. You know what I'm saying?
dope,
Yeah.
dope. I did cop a digital. Maybe I'll cop some merch
Yeah, yeah.
after.
So,
So um so I
straight.
enjoy. What
Yeah.
was that?
I'm sorry. I'm in here, talking to my folks, man. Appreciate y'all coming through. What was you gonna
Absolutely,
say,
man.
bro?
Yeah, I was just saying that was your first Machacha produced album. Is that right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. Shout out to Machacha, man. He definitely did his thing. Because not only is he a great uh producer, but he's definitely a dope engineer because he transformed that album. He transformed that album, man, to what it sounds like now. So definitely, yo, salute to him. He did a
I feel like getting a Machacha produced album is like it's like a big deal. It mean something
passage.
to
Yeah,
see, you know.
yeah, yeah.
So
Yep.
um what one of my observations, because I write, I used to write more often, I'm starting to write again. I felt like on this album you simplified your wordplay a touch. I don't know if you agree with that statement.
Um,
Well,
yeah, because I feel like I feel like with this one, it was just kind of like bare bones, man. Just simple bars and beats, nothing real crazy in terms of a concept or something that I had to say real intricate or whatever the case may be. I just gave it was talking straight, man, straight beats
yeah.
and bars. Man. Yeah.
So you're aiming for something a little easier to vibe to bounce your head to, type of thing.
Yeah. It was it was just straight to the point. You
Yeah,
know, um, the features came through. They did their thing. I added my 50 or 2 cents or whatever you think I added to it, and that was it. It's simple, but it turned out to be something that a lot of people like. So I'm appreciative of that. It's like when it's with this art thing, that's what it is. It's art, man. And once you paint your little portrait and you put it up, you walk away from that shit. It's not yours anymore. And
yeah,
people think and say whatever they want to say about it. You know what I mean? You could say, hey, this is not one of my favorites, but somebody will look at it and be like, yo, that's the illest shit since sliced bread.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So yeah, it's just art, man. I'm having fun. I'm being creative. I feel like, how I felt, when I was in the projects as a little kid, just creating my own world and just being free, man.
Do you,
Um,
do you ever play back your music after you put it out, like step away, play it back, and just kind of get lost in it and kind of get wowed by what you've created?
I actually did that recently.
Did you?
With I did that with Rufus Buck like a few days ago after we had the conversation. I listened to
Oh,
it. I was like,
dope,
wow,
dope.
yeah, yeah. But I don't do that a lot because I'm so wrapped up in other things or trying to finish other projects or producing this one or producing that one. So yeah, I
Got it.
don't get to do that a lot.
So moving on to the God's Honest Truth, produced by Crazy Fingers 2023 as well.
Yes.
You really open up about a lot of things on that album. You talk about mental health, about, I believe, seeing a psychiatrist, struggling to provide for your family, a divorce, suicidal thoughts.
Mhm.
God. You talk a lot about a lot of stuff, and I actually wanted to give you props as an artist for going there because I don't think a lot of artists are ready to go there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, or prepared to go there.
Right.
So I wanted to give you props for that.
I appreciate that.
Um, I'll quote a couple bars if that's okay with
So,
you, just for effect. So this is off "Stare of Echoes" featuring Elza. Was it
that was,
Elzai?
yeah,
Yeah.
that was
So you're like, dark clouds surround me. Depression is yet a mental state. No appetite, can't even finish my dinner plate.
mhm.
Waking up in cold sweats, tripping, I ain't thinking straight. Bad breakup in summer, I ain't waiting on winter's date. Contemplating death with a Gillette. But with all due respect to my children, I won't issue neglect. God's reject, I'm hoping he re-elects and reselects this wretched man. Understand this is all a test.
Mm.
So just some potent bars,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Yeah, it's a lot in that. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Hmm.
sometimes our artists, like, I started quoting their bars, and like when they hear someone else rap them, they're like, holy shit, like,
Right, right, right,
so
right, right,
I don't
right,
know if you
right.
just had one of those
Yeah,
moments, but yeah,
I was
but
I
yeah,
was getting ready to take a bathroom break. Like, damn,
yeah,
do I remember that? Nah, yeah,
yeah,
nah. But it's a lot. I was going through a lot during that time. I had a breakup. Uh, uh, I was thinking crazy. I also and think about suicide and I also was paying homage uh to Lauryn Hill and the album, the score, because that was a
oh
line
yeah,
that she said, contemplating death with a Gillette.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
right,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I was paying homage to she's one of my favorite MCs, honestly.
Right.
Ain't that some shit? Yeah, female. Yeah, definitely one of my favorite MCs. My top, probably like my top 20.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
top
what?
20. Yeah,
Listen,
yeah, she's dope.
anybody in this, anybody in this live right now knows back in the 95, 96, like Lauren was one. It was one to be. She was a force to be reckoned with. She was definitely a
I,
force to be reckoned with. A lot of people don't. That's kind of clouded now, and kind of that image dissipated because when after she came out with the record, what I mean. But Lauren got busy. Lauren got busy.
I was actually expecting you to say a bit higher based on what you were going to say. I thought you were going to put her a bit higher than the
What?
top
No.
20.
Oh, no, no, no. I mean, because no, no. And she's real. Well, that's because throughout the years, man, I have a long list of MCs that I studied. But she was definitely one of them. She's equivalent to, I don't know. I don't know if it's Tai Chi or one of those martial arts that was created by a woman. That's how I look at her,
Mm,
man. You know what
with
I
the
mean?
bars, with the
Yeah,
lyrics.
with the bars, she was to me, outside of light and all of that, but like Lauren was one of them, shorties that was like, oh shit, like, she had some niggas shook a little bit, my back, using the N word, but
You could talk however you want,
she
man.
had some
I'm
dudes
not here
shook,
to
man.
dictate how you talk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Um. So you told me like in the DMs like you didn't really care how people received this album.
yeah.
It means a lot to you because you're speaking your truth. But wanted to ask you how did the album do, for you like relative to your other releases?
Um,
Such an honest piece.
I would say, well, so normally, I try to do the vinyl or whatever, but we hadn't been able to land a vinyl deal for it up until recently. So we
Right.
got Steam's Records putting out the vinyl. I would say, on maybe on monetarily not great, but as far as like accolades and people writing it in books and magazines and you know getting all kind of playlist recognition and stuff like that, it did pretty well. You know what I'm
Dope.
saying? But and I'm appreciative of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm appreciative of that. And my thing is, I went into it knowing that it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea.
Right.
But when you are an artist, man, you can't give a shit about that.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. People in my team was like, bro, don't put that out.
Really.
You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
arguing. I'm arguing with my team members. Like, yeah, they like, nah. I'm like, fuck that. I'm putting it out.
Is it because they weren't feeling it, or they just didn't think people would receive it the
They
way it
probably
should be
didn't think.
received?
Like you said, bro. It's a risk. First off, I'm talking about shit that people don't normally talk about. That's one.
Yeah.
Two, sonically, it's totally different than the other shit I've ever put out.
Right.
You know what I mean? Um, so yeah, like here it is. You go from Bolo Yeung, or you
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
Harbor Kids, and now you putting this out. What?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, but you got to be fearless, man. Shit, they told Anita Baker that she couldn't sing.
Mm.
The icon, Anita Baker. If there's no Anita Baker, there's no Jill Scott.
Personally, I think the people that need to hear this message appreciate it when they hear it. Did anyone reach out to you and say, "Hey, you spoke about some real shit. I could
Oh,
actually relate to that." Did you get
plenty.
anything
Oh
like
yeah,
that?
yeah. Plenty of people have hit me up. It was like, yo, this might be your best work. But see, the thing is, you know, art is subjective, right? So
Yeah.
it might be the illest shit for this person, but it may not be. It might be I to this person in the middle, and then over there, they might be like, yo, that shit sucks. Or they may not
Yeah.
even be a fan of Jamil Honesty at all. Art is subjective, man. But you
Yeah.
can't, you got to go into this fearless, man. You got to. And I'm not saying, cause see, there's a difference between being different and being good. You could be different, but it's gotta be good.
It's got to be
Yeah.
executed well.
Yeah, it's gotta be executed well. Yeah. Yeah.
So I think to me one of the problems with the game, at least my perception of it, is it's so saturated. There's so many people rapping over beats. A lot of them are telling bullshit stories that drown out the real stories.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't know if you feel the same way. And that's just the thing is like you're over here really speaking your piece about your life and like it's to me it's important that these pieces be heard, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying, and cut through all the bullshit. Do you think that that's one of the problems with the game today is people don't know what the good shit is or what the real shit is from the fake shit
Well,
or
it's just
I
got
don't know.
you know what? Here's the thing. We talked about this before. Like, this is entertainment, right? So
Yeah,
entertainment is you're here to be entertained, and sometimes we hold the entertainers up to the same standard as the people that are supposed to be taking care of our communities and informing us of some real shit that's going
yeah,
on. Like, it's entertainment. If an artist chooses to be the artist to inform and give you knowledge and wisdom, then that's what they choose to do. So you have a difference. There's you have the Nas's of the world, and then you got Redman. You know what I'm saying?
right.
you know but the common thing that they both have is that they put out good music. So as long as it's good, it does. I think all of it's needed. Like, I'm not going to get on somebody else because they don't or look down at somebody else because they don't have the same subject matter as me. If you want to talk about smoking blunts and smashing chicks all day, that's he's got a market for that.
Yeah,
That don't have to be me. And sometimes I listen to shit like that.
yeah,
It's all about balance, man. Like, people got to chill with that. Just it's entertainment, man. Nobody, half of these dudes ain't who they say they are in these records, man.
yeah. So
Yeah.
dope. Just wanted to get your take on it. So one thing that pops up a lot in your music, just as a theme, like you got "Give Us Our Daily Bread," "The God's Honest Truth," and other albums, is the notion of God and religion. I just simply wanted to ask you, how important or how key is religion to your mental health? And I'll be the first to say I've had my own mental health
Mm.
challenges at times. You know what I
Well,
mean? So I just want to put that out there. But how important is that to
okay, so
you, to your balance?
the word religion stems from the Greek word religio, which is to conquer and divide. So I don't believe in religion. I believe in God.
Gotcha.
So God is yeah, God is very important uh, to me in my real life. So I talk about it in conversation and in my music. You know what I mean? So when I'm able to sit down and write, and I feel like God isn't. I feel like God is in everything. God is in love. God is in war. God has everything to do with everything. So
Right.
it's not necessarily. I don't want to. You know, I'm not a gospel rapper, but I'm just an MC that just so happens to believe in a higher power and the Most High. So and every chance I get, at some point in my songs or in my albums, I give praise.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm not afraid. Like, it for some reason, man. People fuck it, people people think it's whack to you still believe in God. Yeah, I do.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I don't.
And I'll
Oh,
fight a nigga over it, and I'll
mm,
die over it. Yeah, that's one thing. I'm very peaceful, but I will die over that because I know.
wow.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not. I don't know much about organized religion, but I definitely finding my way to God here and there. You know what I'm saying? We won't get too deep into it, but yeah, I just wanted to get your take on that as well.
Yeah.
Moving along, like some more notable project, Harbor Kids
Hmm.
from 2022 with Squeegee Oblong. By the way, I think he's got a dope voice. You know what I mean? His voice stands out,
Man, that
man.
nigga whack.
I,
He's whack.
I
Nah, nah, that's my man, yo. Listen, Squeeze. I had so much fun creating that album, man. Shout out to Coach. Shout out to Squeeze, man. Like, I had a lot of fun making that album, man. You know, so um, yeah, shout out to him. Dope MC. Yo, forget Harbor Kids, man. Y'all gotta check out his solo shit, man. Shit is crazy, bro. Like he really, like, honestly, and I'm put this on record, like, cause you know, anybody that knows me knows that, you know, I I disappeared. So it's like, yo, he pretty much executive produced that whole album, put it
Oh yeah.
together. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know, of course I wrote my rhymes and all that, but he put that album together, man. Y'all need to really tap in with Squeege, man. Squeege is a problem.
You know what? I think I owe him an interview. I came
And,
very
oh yeah, you do.
close. Some shit
Listen,
happened, to be honest. So yeah.
I knew Squeege when he was in Pampers, man. Like, that's how far we go back.
Wow.
Yeah,
Dope.
so like, yeah, like in the same building, all that. You know, my step pops knew his pops, man. R.I.P. to his pops. Like, yeah, that kind of shit. So yeah, we go way back, man. And we working on something else. So that's coming.
Oh yeah.
Yup, yup,
Is there a Harbor Kids too, or
yup,
is it gonna be
yup.
something different?
Live from the Jerry Lewis Theater,
Nice.
man. Yeah,
Dope. Dope.
yeah.
So that was raw. That was dope. And where is the harbor located? Is that in Baltimore? Is
Nah,
that an area in Baltimore?
that's in Staten Island.
Staten
Staten
Island.
Island, yep.
Got it.
Marinus Harbor Projects.
Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah.
So Bolo Yeung, you produced that. Sean Lynx, he's a fucking menace on the mic,
Right,
man. In my opinion, I interviewed him not too long ago.
right,
Went through his catalog, and that album definitely stood out.
right.
What do you think of Sean Lynx on the mic? What's your thoughts?
I think he's an incredible MC and producer. That's what I
Hmm.
think. Yeah.
Yeah,
Or I wouldn't
uh,
or I wouldn't have worked with him.
yeah. The
Yep, yep.
the reason I interviewed him was because he produced an album for a young cat named Griot Noi
Yeah, he's the
from around the same areas.
too. I heard of him.
So that was my number one played album of last year, produced by Sean Lynx, man.
Yeah,
So that
yep,
was my favorite album, I'd say.
yep.
So yeah, that's dope. How did that one come together? How did you and Sean Lynx connect?
I think I bumped into like his page or something, and I saw him rhyming. I'm like, oh yeah, sound nice. Then you know, I saw that he was from North Carolina. I'm like, okay. So, you know, I'm like, yo, let's work. So at first, he wanted to do a duo, like an album where I'm rhyming, he's rhyming. I'm like, nah, I wanna produce an album for you. And this was inspired by what was the album that came out? Reasonable Drought.
Mm,
When
yeah.
I saw that, and I saw what Rock Moss did, I was like, yo, I'm trying to do something like that, like just be behind the boards, like no, I mean, I think I did like one verse on there on the album, one feature, but the rest was just me being behind the boards, killing shit. And I wanted to do that and have an MC at the forefront. And I found Sean, like Lynx was the one, man. So that's what we did.
Did you produce specifically for his style, or you just sent him like batches of beats, or?
Um, yeah, well, a, a lot of those beats were custom made for him. Yes.
Dope.
Yep. Yep. A lot of them joints was custom made for him. I sent them over. He recorded it, sent it back. It was pretty quick.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you I would imagine but one story I found out about was that there is actually a copy of Bolo Yeung signed by Bolo Yeung that
Right.
exists in China
Mhm.
or something like that. Is that right? Did I get that right?
I heard this. I heard that story. Actually, there was a dude that hit me up. Um, maybe a year. Maybe about a year or 2 years ago. It
Right.
well, it had to be right. It had to be after the vinyl came out and the CDs came out. So maybe about a year and a half ago. So he hits me up. He's like, "Yo, um, I need to I'm in a city. I need he was in New York City. Yo, I need a copy of the CD and the tape because China what's his name? Bolo Yeung is gonna be in town. I'm trying to get him to sign it. Da 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 da. So maybe that's what happened.
Got it.
I don't know. But
And
yeah.
coach is saying it's in Detroit, so there we go.
Oh, it
That's where
is.
the copy is. Yeah, apparently,
Oh, okay. It's in Detroit. Oh, okay.
pretty
Gotcha.
cool.
But shout out to Bolo Yeung, man.
Yeah, man, that's a dope story. It's probably worth a few extra bucks. Uh, so moving along, man. To me, this is like your number one masterpiece,
Mhm.
personally. The Rufus Buck project, produced
Okay.
by Holy Smokes,
Holy smoke.
2020.
Yes, yes.
This
Holy
is
smoke.
it's fair to say like this is your COVID slash like George Floyd kind of period album.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I'm just gonna quote what you called it or how you labeled it in your Bandcamp. You're like, the project reflects a mood of frustration, anger, and the willingness to fight for what should be freely given, freedom. Jamil calls it riot music, while Baltimore's own Holy Smokes lays the illest foundation of sonics for the MC to speak truth to power.
Right.
So the reason I think this is your best project is like every bar has intention, but also I think this is you at your best wordplay as well, and the engineering was great as well.
Yeah, shout out to
So
Mika Doe. Shout out to Mika Doe. Mika Doe mixed and mastered that. He also mixed and mastered Bolo Young and a few of my projects. But yeah, shout out to him. Yeah, actually, Rufus Buck, uh, outside of um, uh, the God's Honest Truth, that's my like favorite album, and that because it's not really about me. You know what I'm saying? It's like a letter to my people, a
yeah,
letter to this, to my country, or lack thereof. Um, and yeah, it was just a point of frustration for me, anger, and I just let it go in a intelligent way, um, verbally,
yeah,
lyrically.
man,
Yeah,
yeah,
and shout out to Holy Smokes, who's a Baltimore native. Uh, he came through. I had a vision for the Sonics, and the Sonics met. What I heard, what he had. It met with the vision I had, man, and we just did it.
that,
We did it, man.
that's dope. I'm just gonna address some of the comments. First, Vega's like the Bolo Young, yes, the Bolo Young signed it. So yeah,
He said, "Yo,
and then
Jamil speaks exactly how he rap."
this is hip hop.
That's funny. He says that, right? That's funny. He says that, man. We kind of got like an inside thing when he says I kind of like I got this style where I have a pattern and I just kind of like abandon it.
Right,
Guess that's why I'm talking right now. I don't know,
right.
but yeah, yeah. All right. MM1, yeah. Martyr Muzik 1 is definitely up there too, man. That shit, yo, that
Yeah,
you gotta need we get just real quick what I want to talk about Martyr Muzik though. That Martyr Muzik happened um quick actually because it almost didn't happen because I that was around the time I got shot. I got shot in 2018, fall of 2018. Martyr Muzik 1 came out in December, like early December of 2018. So I'm talking like I'm still recording records and I'm bleeding,
wow.
got bullet wounds and shit. Yeah, bandaged up, still bleeding. You know.
And you could control your breath.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
You have breath
yeah, yeah.
control and
Yo,
shit.
listen, right out like as soon as I got out the hospital, like within maybe a day or two, I was downstairs in the basement recording Martyr Muzik and the God's Honest Truth and a hella features. Like I had so many features to the point where people was like, "Yo, what project was that?" I'm like, "Nah, it's not a project. That was just a single, or just that was a feature." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was recording a lot.
I want to be sure to say that this is hip hop. I didn't forget about Martyr Muzik. I'm going through his albums in the order of Spotify, which I know Spotify fucks up the order
Right.
sometimes. So I don't know if those came out before or after
Yeah,
Rufus
yeah, yeah.
Fox, but
Nah, I mean, but the thing is, I mean, I'm looking at the comments, man. Like that's
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah,
People like what they like, but
yeah,
the
yeah,
beautiful thing is, it's all coming from me. So,
yeah, man.
so
It's all
as
compliments to
long as
you,
y'all like
man.
something, I'm good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna quote. I'm gonna get back to the Rufus Buck project, and I'm gonna quote what I think is peak Jamil Honesty bars. This is from the track Lamentations featuring K Turner. Did I get it right? K Turner.
Key Turner, another dope MC from VA.
Yeah. So you're like the the lamentation of Jeremiah, the fire's lit, a cautionary tale, the Bible's a biopic. I'm sick and tired of living this life though I exist. Hunger pains of a lioness, I would die for this. Beyond a confidant, a psychiatrist, minor twists to my follicles in a state of worry. The line is thick, waiting for justice, faith over mustard seed can only guarantee sentence destruction. Amongst them is thieves, corruption, disease. The plague is like consumption. It's rough, son, to breathe. Disaster strikes, and the mask is hype. Believe it or receive it in this
Mm.
afterlife. Hopefully, I didn't butcher it. To me, that's like peak
You
Jamil Honesty.
probably
Personally,
did better
man.
than I did. Yeah.
Nah, nah, nah.
Um. Yeah, man. Just to kind of sum that up, Lamentations is definitely a book in the Bible. But Lamentations is, the meaning of it is a cry out, right? So, that was just that song right there was just, a cry out for help and just a cry out or sort of a prayer to like kind of speak to God about like, yo, like, you see what's going on right here. Like if you read the book of Jeremiah, like Lamentations, like, he's doing a lot of that, like, crying out to the Lord and asking him, like, yo, you know, you see what's going on right here. Like, can you help? You know what I mean? So that was kind of like that in the gist. You know what I mean? The gist of
Yeah,
it.
yeah, man. So I'm pretty sure you told me this particular album was not your best performing one. And I want to tie this to what you said earlier about the right people taking back hip hop. Like to me,
Mm.
if this is not one of your better performing albums, to me that's a crime. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Because I think it's so good. Do you think this ties to what you said earlier that like, you know what I mean? Like something like this may not have been one of your best received albums. If I got it right, let me know if I got it wrong.
Well,
But
as far as the reason behind it, because there's people that don't, that are in charge, so to speak, that may not um, take to it or respect it or honor it. You mean?
sure, like
Yeah.
if it's correct that it wasn't one of your
Oh no,
best performing ones,
it
why
was.
do
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it definitely wasn't. But again, that didn't matter to me because I felt like
right?
that's why th- those two albums are so important to me because I felt like I had to put it out.
Yeah,
There was like a spiritual push for me to, I gotta put this out. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't necessarily about me. You know what I mean? I'm not on there flossing,
yeah,
you know, or talking about how dope I am, or giving you these, punchlines, or a certain cadence to make you look at me. No, I want you to see, the message, the medicine and the candy. You know what I mean? I want you to really get what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So all that other shit didn't matter to me. Of course, we all as artists, you want to make money. You want
yeah,
to, you want people to reverence your work and stuff like that. So that's a given. But I wasn't hung up on that. Like my thing was to put it out, so not to, you know, to receive revenue, but to for my people to receive. And the crazy thing about it is, man, it was a letter to my people. It was a letter to, you know, to or just speaking to what was going on in my country. But then I had people in the UK, white man, hit me up like, yo, this song Rebello is helping me get through,
Mm,
you know what I'm saying,
that's dope.
a rough time, and whatever I'm going through over there, it's helping me get through it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn. So it turned from like, all right, well, this is a letter to my people, but this is just me speaking on what's right and what's wrong.
Do
It's
you,
not even
do,
it's not even a race thing at this point. It's just, yo, what's righteous and what's wicked. You know what I'm saying?
right, right.
Yeah.
So do you think it resonated with your target audience, the one like whoever you intended it for, if you had a target audience in mind? Do you think it resonated with them and they embraced it, or even they were looking for something lighter? You know what I mean?
I think
I'm just trying to get
I yeah.
nitty gritty. You know what I
I
mean? Like,
feel what you're
why
saying.
don't these albums do better? Is that what I'm
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
get to? You
Well,
know?
you know, so I'm thinking, and I'm still trying to like map that out and see what works and what doesn't work. But from my understanding, I think that my most um, revered or cherished project or whatever the case may be, I might be using the wrong word, but I feel like it's like the Martyr Muzik series, right? Martyr Muzik 1, Martyr Muzik
Mm,
2, specifically Martyr Muzik 1. So I feel like, you know, if maybe the supporters that normally support me may, if I could recreate that, I guess that might, um I don't know. Maybe that's what they might want me to do. I don't know, but for me, I don't want to put myself in a box.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I don't want to put myself in a
I,
box. So yeah,
well,
yeah,
as a I guess a longtime hip hop fan, I appreciate projects like these.
yeah,
That's why they're amongst my favorite. When somebody raps with purpose, you know
yeah,
what I'm saying, and they're saying something bar for bar, song for song.
yeah.
It's hard to beat that for me personally. That's why I copped that
And you
album,
know what?
the digital.
And I know
So
and I
that's
right, and I know I'm gonna suffer for it. You know what I mean? I know I'm gonna suffer for it because, you want to give, there's this thing of if it's not broke, don't fix it. But I feel like, the real reward comes when you stick to your guns. You know what I mean? Um,
yeah,
and those artists that didn't, buckle and didn't fold, and they stuck to what they knew and what they wanted to do. They had a vision and they stuck to it. And in the end, they're being reverenced. They're getting, you know, Oscars or Grammys or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, I know there's a price to pay with being being who I am 100%, and sticking to that. There's certain things that I tolerate, certain things that I don't. Certain things, certain days I refuse to perform on, or whatever the case may be, or certain things I refuse to talk about. I'm gonna suffer for that, and I'm willing to do that.
got it, man.
Yeah,
Very, very commendable. So, lastly, of course, I did want to talk about Martyr Muzik 1 and 2. We kind of talked about it. That's 2020,
yeah,
2019. Also among my favorite. Just a random thing. I see you had a collab with Juggernaut from the UK.
yeah.
He's dope. I'm very close to reaching out to him for an interview. I like
Yeah, you
talking
should,
to the
bro.
international
Yeah,
MCs. It
yeah,
adds flavor for the
yeah,
show,
yeah.
So,
He's
yeah.
definitely a darksmith, man. I heard him. He instantly became one of my favorites, man. Um, you know, and that's the thing. Like, you know, for me, if I hear somebody that like challenges me, or I feel like they're better than me, man. I don't, some of these cats be running away. They don't want to get, they don't want to get outshined.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they run, so I'm like, nah, man, like, you know, um, yeah, I hit them up like, yo. you know, what's up, man? Let's do something. Because we did a joint. We did a joint with it was me. It was for Loretta Records. It was me, him, and the dude from Griselda, El Camino. We did a joint
Mm.
called Money in the Bag, and he killed his verse. And I was like, yeah, like we gotta work, and he was with it. So
Dope. That's
yeah.
dope, man. So I got a closing question for you. Um, on on the skit, which is it's called Conversing Three, number three, from the God's Honest Truth. You said something to the effect of, "I stepped away for a bit from music, and then you came back
Uh-huh.
for that to finish that album, and you started a new
Right,
beginning." So this is
right.
one of your 2023 albums. So do you care to share what this new beginning is for you and what we can expect from Jamil Honesty moving forward?
Oh man, yeah. Nah, I think I want to say, with in that conversation, I was just talking about the whole process of us creating the album, where we started in 2017, but like I think we finally finished the album, and I want to say it was either 2021 or 2022. It was like a year before we actually put it out, so it had
Right,
already done a year before we put. Yeah, so it was like 2022.
right,
And when it was kind of like, all right, when we started, we did a few records. We had the Elzar record in 2017. We did Empower, and a few more records. And then, I had got shot. And, I went off and did some other projects and lived life. And, you know, I think when we started the communication, but me just getting that life experience, man, it helped me to come up with the title, and then along with the title came, other concepts for different songs, and it was well worth it. I feel like, you know what I mean, for us to take that time away and, kind of just walk away sometimes and just, you know, see what's going on with the world, gain some inspiration and finish the project. You know what I'm saying? So, but as far as what's new, man, what you can expect from Jamil Honesty, more production. Um,
mm.
uh, me,
Are there any dope MCs, ill MCs you're going to be
yeah,
producing albums for entirely
yeah. I
beginning of the
got
cards?
Faris Blusa.
Oh
We got a
shit!
project. Yeah, we got a project. Actually, we dropping that. It's coming out soon. It's coming out real soon. So we got that joint. I got a joint with uh Big Trip from the Umbrella.
Mm.
That's coming out. Uh, uh, the joint, we got the joint with Squeege. We working on that. That's coming out. I got a joint with J.R. Swift's Memoirs. That's I'm working on that. Martyr Muzik 3. Just a whole lot of shit, man. Whole lot.
Dope, man.
88, 88 Bless. He got his album coming out. So I got my Black House family. Stacks 410 and 88 Bless. They about to drop a project soon. They working on that. 88 has this compilation album. You know what I'm saying?
I remember watching 88 Bless grinding all of COVID bad on IG, and it's dope to see his name like circulating on a different level now, man. So salute
Phenomenal,
to him.
yeah.
That's
Phenomenal,
dope, man.
yeah, phenomenal producer, man. I love to see what how what he's doing, where he's going with it, man. Stacks 410 was good. Natty Bo, yeah, there you go. Natty Bo is their project.
So 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 Jamil, it's been dope chopping up with you. Thank you for letting me pick your brain about what you do. Thank you for putting out this honest material into the world.
I
I
guess
think
trip.
it,
What you say? We the Crips of the Bloods.
it so what was that?
We look like the Bloods and the Crips having to sit down, man. This cat's
Nice.
wild.
Yeah, that's funny shit, man. So yeah, man, no, it's been an honor, dude. And let me just shout out the people in the chat. We got 80 at Blessed Beats, Stacks 410, Coach, Blessed, Vegas 7 going crazy in the comments here, man. Sorry I couldn't address them all. So any final words before we depart, Jamil?
Uh, Man, 24 is gonna be a busy year. It's already a busy year. I'm just looking forward to all these projects that's gonna be coming out, man. You know, y'all stay tuned. Um, I got merch on deck. You know, you can go to my Bandcamp page, Jamil Honesty at bandcamp.com. You know, I got CDs for the God's Honest Truth available. Merch for Give Us Our Daily Bread with me and Machacha. Like I said, I got the t-shirt. I can't really see in the dark, but they're dope, you know. I got the vinyl, I got CDs, tapes, all that, man. So make sure y'all tap in. Anybody that needs verses, you know, features, holla at me, man. I'm on IG all the time. If
Dope.
the green light is on, you know, I'm ready and willing. Just make sure y'all got your Cash App and PayPal ready. As far as beats are concerned, I'm more interested. I mean, I do kind of one-offs and placements, but at this point, I'm more interested in working with artists and like actually creating a whole project with them. You know what I'm saying? Also,
Mm,
shout out to my dude Danny Chiazio, man. We doing something. He's Ghostface Killer producer. He did the Ghostface Killers album. So we working on a project as well. Big Staten Island in the
dope.
yeah. I probably forgot
Dope, man.
somebody, but shout out to Crazy Fingers, man. Shout out to Praise. Shout out to Pure. Shout out to Kandaka. Shout out to
I,
Squeeze. Shout out to
I'm impressed with your memory, bro. You're doing good.
yeah. On stage.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Shout out to
So
Trip.
so
Shout out to the whole umbrella. Mickey Diamond, man, for putting me on his joints, man, on his albums, man. Happy birthday to Sub 810, man. Yeah,
happy birthday.
yeah,
Dope, man.
yeah.
So thanks everyone for tapping in. Have a great night and we'll stay connected, bro.
Salute, bro. Peace.
Peace.